What's cracking, Gunners Collective? Back at it? You already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Buy up, buy up, buy up, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Double up. Now trip out. You guys can see the thumbnail right there, and you're probably asking yourself, well, what's this all about? And I'm going to tell you right now, straight up, in depth, stating factuals and actuals, what it is all about. You know, one of my homeboys got at me this morning. Someone I respect well. Someone, man, you know, that when we have a conversation, it's nothing but fucking pura. It's nothing but jewels. He drops jewels. And this is a very influential person in the game. This is someone that when he says something, man, I take it to the cora. I already know it, to the heart, man. It's real. You know, he's never lacked on me. He's never showed me any other way but the truth. But he asked me a question. And the question was this. And I thought I would put it out there publicly because I have some questions, right? And the question was, he says, hey, bro, I see that the full community pulled up right there to your town, Holmes. They pulled up on GB, the rapper, and did an in-depth, you know, fucking whatever you call it, a little podcast, a little interview. Righteously, you know, well-deserving. I'll say that. The Vato well deserves it. He deserves his flowers, Holmes. He's been doing his thing in the rap game lately, or for a while now, and he deserves to be pushed, man. He deserves to put it out there because he is opening the doors for the Central Valle, for the 209, as well as his hood, and every other thing that you know, encompasses what a Vato out there working hard for does. That Vato got it coming. But the thing was, and the objective of this story is to let you guys know that the full community pulled up. Now, they've decided, you know, being a Southern-based, you know, podcast, to start wiggling, to start making moves, to pull up to the Bay Area or pull up to the Valle or wherever, man, up north, Northern California, to cross that line of Bakersfield, man, and go do their thing. You know, and I commend them for that. You know, that's what unity is all about. That's what, not unity, but that's what, man, progression is all about. Going out there, someone's getting it, eh? They're getting it, right? But the second part of the question that this guy asked me, that was more of a statement. The second part of the question is like, why aren't Norteños, Northerners, active Vatos that are in the mix, going down south to these podcasts, man, to promote, you know, whether it be unity or progression or, you know, canalismo or their brands, you know, why aren't they doing it? And I said, well, hold on now. You know, people like Gotos, who I don't consider a Norteño, but I consider him, you know, affiliated with all gente, all raza, whether it's north or south. He did that. He pulled up. He sat down. He had a conversation with American Cholo. He had a conversation with the full community. He did that. And homeboy said, no, I know toes and all that. And that's good. That's fine and dandy. That's righteous. That's real. That was the first to do that, right? He did it. But what about Vatos, other Vatos in the game? I said, well, the Vato, you know, from Backpack Smokers or whatever it's called, you know, the Backpack Bud, he did that too, man. You know, he went down south, Southern California, jumped on No Jumper, I believe, and handled his business like a real one, a righteous one. And he said, yeah, I'm talking about rappers, Holmes. These Vatos that are really out there in the streets singing about that life. You know, why are they not pulling up to Southern California? I said, well, simply put, I have a few ideas. You know, and I thought it's something that I should abreast the raza with. Because I'm constantly hearing, we got Southsiders up north. They've established, they've planted their flag. It's like that. It's been like that. Upstaters y todo, man. What's up with Vatos going down south? And it's a numbers game, man. Let's be truthful here. And let's be real. You know, is the Norteño cause a lost cause? Are they suckers, man? Are they not about that business? Furthest from that. They're about all that, you know? You know, when your home base is Northern California and you're doing your thing, man, there is no punk or pity in these Vatos. It's not instilled in them. You know, they're raised and brought up a certain way. I know because I used to function as that. So to sit here and tell you, oh, man, motherfuckers are scared to go down south, I did. I pulled up, you know, with a whole lot of respect, though. I didn't pull up gangbanging. I didn't pull up, you know, pushing an agenda or talking shit or sending subliminals. I pulled up with respect. I pulled up like a man, you know, and I handled my business. I did a boxing match down in Southern California. I pulled up on a couple friends, a few family members. We went to Sugunas. We went to stores, you know. We went to malls. We wiggled. Restaurants y todo mine. You know what I mean? I even got the badass bitch's phone number. So I was okay, but I'd be hesitating to text her because, you know what I mean? The mamons are too good over here. But I'm just saying, I definitely did that. So to sit here and belittle the group that I was once from and say that they're not about going down there, they are, man. They definitely are, I'm sure. But it's a numbers game. You know, see, Southern California wiggles a little bit different from up north. Up north, it's more of canalismo and respect and embracement. Hey, you come up here, Holmes, as long as it's respect, it's all good. See, Southern California, one person can't speak for a whole Gagor group. One person can't say, hey, it's going to be good, it's going to be cool, I got you. No. If Vatos are tripping in the South and they want to do their thing, they're going to do their thing, and no one stop them. Sheer numbers and aggression is what the game is about, man. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get hella people, and then you just fuck everyone up, right? That's just how it is. So I'm sure these Vatos are concerned with their safety and the security. They're not punks. They're not scared to go sit down on a podcast. I'm sure of this, right? But what I'm also assured of is that they're not dumb. You know, when a group has numbers and it's a treacherous area and it's not your backyard, well, you have to wiggle smoothly. You know, it's going to take breaking barriers for this to happen, you know, but the way I see it is someone's going to have to do it. You know, you have several rappers up north that have a good name for themselves, that are solid, that are active, that function, man, but don't disrespect. They don't make the type of records to disrespect the other side. They don't make records, you know, to alienate one group. They make records to push, you know, and that's part of it. If you want to really if you want to be dope in the game, if you really want to make the money, the bag, then you're going to have to break barriers. I said, like fucking that teacher broke bad and made blue meth. You're going to have to do things in life that are a little bit outlandish, or a little bit different. That's just the way it is, you know. It always takes one Vato to establish and plant a flag, and then others will follow the lead. You know, whether you're a leader or a follower is what you choose to be in life. Now, I understand this is one thing that's never been done truly, you know, because when you throw Gold Toes in the mix, Gold Toes, like I said, is for all raza. Black and brown at its finest. This Vato transcends what it is to be just north or south, you know. He is from where he's from, you know, that's no doubt, no lie. He's never fucking sugar-coated or added preservatives, but at the end of the day, man, you can't live vicariously through this man. This man is making them power moves wearing shower shoes, right? This Vato's out there putting paint where it ain't, you know what I mean? He's getting it about the mud and turning it into sand and building sand castles. That's just how he gets down, right? You can't live through him and say, well, Gold Toes did it, you know? No, because it's different when you're really out there thugging in the streets. See, that's a businessman that's out there making moves on stages with people like Diggs and Burner. But when you're really in the gutter, you're really in the streets, man, you're doing performances at the Watsonville Car Show, or you're over here fucking doing your thing at the local fairgrounds, and you're really trying to get it out the mud, Holmes, then you have to build your own castle. See what I'm saying? You know, I see a lot of Southern rappers go up north and do videos with, you know, Vatos from the upstate, or just do their own videos. You know, shout out Little Dopey did that, and several others, man. And there is no weakness or flaw in their game. They're not scared. They go to Frisco, Oakland, or whatever, do their little video on the rooftops. They're up there chilling, just getting their issue on, and then they go back home, you know. Whatever happens in the meantime, in between time, is whatever happens. That doesn't mean that the Northerners are not holding it down for their area, because believe me, there would be conflict if Vatos knew about the pull-up. That's just the way it is, man. I'm sorry. I hate the fact that people are still gangbanging in 2023 and really hating each other over a color, or hating over each other, hating each other over an idea or idealisms that was planted in them, embedded in them, and indoctrinated in them. But it's what's just the way it fucking is. Still, right? But you know, when the homeboy asked me, he says, well, why don't they, bro? You know, to me, it looks real fishy, bro. And this is a Vato from up north, right? He said, to me, it looks fishy. I said, well, look, when I first started in the game on YouTube, man, I had a lot to say about the younger guys and about the way I seen the trajectory or the progression of the movement, right? But then I got to thinking about it and said, man, who am I to hate on the next generation and the young crowd coming up, man? These are people I should be instilling positivity and canalismo, and I should be showing them love. Whether I'm active or not, it's still, man, I should fucking support them like I support everybody else, right? And I had to take a step back and really analyze what I was saying and think about it and get out of these beefs and this bullshit that I started with these youngsters, because really the youngsters are the future of the gente, of the people, north and south, right? These youngsters are the ones making the way for the raza. They're raza. They're brown, homes. You know what I mean? And whether I agree with some of the ways they dress or their haircuts, hey, homie, I come from a different era. Spencer, we weren't doing it like that. Doesn't mean we were doing it better than they're doing it. They're doing it differently, man. And I got to adapt and understand that. So I've become a very understanding Vato, you know, in the meantime and between time, because the wind was blowing. Guard! That's just how it is. Bitch. I'm going to do my thing. I say, bitch. Right? He be on some funny shit. So I'm doing my thing. And I was like, and the homeboy was like, yeah, but you pulled up down South Gun to that fight, you know, not knowing if it was a setup, not knowing if motherfuckers were really going to wiggle on you, not knowing. And I said, you know what, that's just part of what my true beliefs were. I was believing in that movement. I was believing in that idea that we came up with, that we decided to do, to put some shit together for power. I believed in that. And so there was, the pull-up was real. The pop-up was gang. I had to pull up. You know, I had to. And I did. And I got nothing but Southern comfort. It was nothing but love, man, nothing but respect. And I met some fucking people that would be friends for life. And I met some people that were friends, but they're not friends anymore. But I don't disrespect them. Everybody to me that functioned within that little area and did that thing, man, I commend them for all the hard work that they put in. And I thank them because it changed my life. You know, it's something that can never be taken from me. It's something I did. And I always look at the pictures and I look at my wall and the pictures on my wall and I remember it. And I look at the belt and I look at different things, right? And I look at the fight and I go, ow, boo-boo. But I just know that at least we went down south, man, with respect. And believe, Vatos know we were pulling up. I mean, I did a live from Orange County. Vatos knew I was there. But it was all love. So why the Northern California rappers or Norteños, period, are not going down south? You know, a lot of these guys, you know, are of the understanding that it ain't cool, man. It ain't cool to be down there with the enemies. It ain't cool to be on that side, man. And it ain't safe. And there's just certain situations that I know or they know that are not put out there. And that's just the way it is. You know, I did a spiel the other day talking about why active Norteños don't do YouTube. And Avalto got back at me and said, oh, I can name 100 different channels that were there doing it. Yeah, but they're not speaking on prison politics and they're not speaking on the ways of the wiggle, you know, in the gang. They're doing their rap dang or they're doing their clap dang. Whatever it is, they're not putting too much out there because they're not allowed to and they don't allow themselves to. And it doesn't mean doing it is wrong or right or real G shit or un-G shit or take out the G and be MC8 without the G. It ain't none of that. What it is they just move differently. That's how they move. Okay? I was once part of it. It's a hard movement, man. It's a very structured environment, you know, very, and not everyone's cut out for it. Obviously, you see me here on YouTube, so I guess, man, I wasn't, right? Anyways, you know, or just whatever was instilled in me just faded away after time. But I still got love for the gente. I got love for all the raza. It doesn't matter north or south. Everyone knows that. The shit don't stop. Now, peoples, why, and you know, just to answer the homie's question and let everyone know why they're not going down south, I believe they will eventually. You know, people like the Full Community and other podcasters have decided to take their show on the road. They're going up north, man. They don't feel the pressure. They don't feel like it's a place that they can go and not set up shop and, you know, and interview people without some threat being posed. You know, I watched this Vato, well, I don't even want to say his name, LA Icon, I think it is. I don't know, right? On Full Community, and the Vato said, you know, he had never met a Norteño up until the point that he met, you know, Gotos. Not saying Gotos is a validated or active Norteño, just saying that, you know, he is someone of Northern affiliation at one point in time. When he met him, he said it was like meeting a unicorn. It's just something that he's not used to seeing. And it's not meeting a unicorn, it's meeting another brown man, Holmes, that eats tortillas just like you, although, albeit you probably eat a little bit more. But it's, you know, you Vatos both eat the same comida. It's the same damn thing, bro. It's just, you know what I mean? It's an invisible line that you cross. And it's something that's been instilled in us and indoctrinated and told to us for so many years that we started to make differences rather than see them. Period. Plain and simple. I'm just keeping it real, you know. But as far as Vatos that are from up north, they do need to take the initiative to go. Someone needs to break that barrier. It can't be Gotos and it can't be the Vato from the Backpack Boys because, hey, at the end of the day, these are two dudes pushing their brand and their business. They're not pushing the Northern agenda. They might be from Northern California, yet they got business going on. That's why they got the big old bag. Because they know how to make it work, bro. You have to take some initiative. You have to be, you have to really be able to separate your business from the streets. And I say that if you're in the streets, if your business is of the streets, then it is what it is. Homie, keep doing what you do. And congratulations, right? But if you're trying to be a rapper for the masses, for the raza, for the people, for the blacks, the browns, and even the woods, right? If you're trying to do that, then you can't keep yourself confined to a box and keep playing the local fairground games because I'm going to tell you, that shit ain't going to work for you, Holmes. You're going to get $150 a show and I'm going to get paid more than you. You know what I mean? Come payday. It's just going to be that way. But if you continue to make these, you know, opening these doors and make these acquaintances and these people and meet them and out of respect, you know, and push the gang realm and everything to the side, knowing that, hey, you're part of that, Holmes. You put that as, you know, it's instilled in you. You're with it. No one's going to take that from you. But if you really want to be a rapper, if you really want to be in the game and come up, Holmes, then you're going to have to, at some point in time, let me look at the time right now. At some point in time, you're going to have to wiggle down to Los or San Diego or San Bernardino or down south, Southern California, homes, even if it's in Coachella in the desert, you're going to have to wiggle and go do an interview with these podcasts that are popping on YouTube, because this is the way you're going to make a name for yourself. If they invite you, you know, you're, of course, man, you take your team with you. You know, you make sure that everything is everything. And I'm hoping that on the other side, man, that people are respectable about their program and how they get down, and they keep it cool and kosher and like a pickle, homes. And then when people come over, man, it's, you know, security's up to par and everything is good. Because it's not about the people doing the interviews or the people being interviewed. Usually it's surrounding people that know about it, and then they like drama. You know, the world loves drama. Drama of the world. And they would love for no other reason than to see Mexicans fighting Mexicans, bro. Brown fighting brown. You know, it's been happening for a long time. Hey, it's time for us to break the barriers and knock them doors down. I push that agenda constantly, right? I'm not saying give up on your value. I'm not saying to stop gangbanging. I'm not saying don't have love for your cause. I'm not saying none of that, bro. I'm just saying if you want to make feria and you want to fucking really get in the rap game and really do it for the masses, you got to be like that Vato Mexican OT. That Vato pops up everywhere. He might be at your local subway right now getting an Italian BMT. You just never know. That Vato, the other day I seen him doing a full-blown concert at a Chevron. That Vato was on top of the fucking Audi just wiggling, right? You just don't know. You know, because he understands that, you know, in order to get that big bag, man, you got to do it for the masses. Now, albeit he's from Texas, they wiggle a little bit differently because they don't have the north and south hanging over their head, where north and south is something that we, as Chicanos, as brown people in the state of California, have brought upon ourselves. It's an invisible line in the sand. We drew that shit. We're smooth too. Mexico's not attacked too. We drew that shit, and now we have to abide by certain rules and regulations and the politics of the inside that control the outside. We all know that, you know, and if you don't, refer to a whole bunch of other people's videos, because I ain't speaking on it no more. But I hope that answered the homie's question. He said, are you going to do something on it? Because I'm going to look. Well, look. Motherfucker, look. Yes, I hope that you respect that and respect how I'm coming. You know, I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not here to make excuses, you know. I'm not here to say fucking Norteños are scared, because that's the last thing on earth I'll ever say, man. Or Southerners, man. I know these are proud people. This is our Aztec warriors, eh? Con un pinche chorra just jangalangin', right? Motherfuckers don't play. What the? Sounds good. You know what I mean? Like Bruce Lee. We're coming. Every side. You know, but Norteños straight up, they're not scared to pull up. I've just always wondered myself why they don't, and I understand why. I think you got to be a fool to pull over there's 100 watts waiting. You know, it's going on pinche shine, just sharpening it. I used to hate it in prison at night. You listen under your door, you can... That motherfucker was built for you. For tough, right? Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you guys have watched this video and enjoyed it. It's facts, man. You know, there's a lot of... It's crazy to me. One more thing. It's crazy to me that, you know, I have familia down south, Southern California. And I've spoken on it before. And I think a lot of Vatos from the south have familia up north. You know, we all have family. We're all fucking family. You know what I mean? The tia, she just met some paisa, she moved down south, or vice versa, right? I mean, it is what it is. Next, you know, 3 or 4 fucking kids pop up, and you got a fucking primo that's a Southsider, and that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And we visit each other. We got love for each other, and the sangre is blood, blood in, blood out, and all that, right? But Vatos will go there, and you know, because you're surrounded by family, you feel comfortable, right? You have to go out of the box and understand that, man. When you're going to Southern California, even though you're with familia, hey, as we know, according to my primo, some familia just don't give a fuck about you. They don't have your best intentions at heart, right? So the best thing to do, man, is be a man. Just be someone that, you know, has to understand that, hey, if I really want to go in the game, if I really want to push this narrative and do this, man, then I'm going to make it happen wherever I fucking make it happen. And, hey, just like Vato say, hey, life's a risk, carnal. You know what I mean? It's just, that's just the way it is, you know. And for the people that are like, oh, man, the South, they go up north, they don't have no problems. Well, who said there's going to be problems for Vatos from up north? I know the Vatos that are gangsters are going to leak DMs and say, if you Vatos come over here, it's done, right? And I feel some people feel some type of way about that. But you got to let it go, homes. You got to understand that it's all about, you know, entertainment, rap music, and the Vatos aren't coming to pose a threat. They're just coming. Hey, don't be mad at them. Be mad at the Vatos who invited them. You know, that's all I got to say. Anyways, with that being said, I hope they answered that. That answered all your questions. I'm about to get my grub on. I'm going to get me a hamburger with bacon, jalapenos, homemade, everything. She said she was going to cook it. Book it. I told her, shit, I'm going over there. She's like, you know how I cook? I don't know, but I see it must be good because I see how you weigh. Bang, bang. I got a fetish for fat girl. I can't stop it. You know what I mean? I already had all the skinny ones. Okay, they're deep, but it's at the end of the day, I need that fucking round and round. That Tevin Campbell. You already know what it is. With that being said, smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. This was the double up, answering questions and telling no lies. You know, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears Gunner's crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and strive for what I honestly and truly believe in, gente. And what I truly believe in right now is, man, unity. Everyone coming together. Let's make this money, man. You know what I mean? And what I truly believe right now is I fucked my mustache up earlier. Psh, Benza. Bang, bang.